Hello, welcome to the series Android Programming. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel or to join us on MrBuka.net. If you click on the Android Programming link, you will find an index of all these videos, some useful links, and code resources for all the examples in this series. Good luck to you as you begin learning how to program in Android. Hello, this series of videos are designed to help you begin developing Android applications. Now, this first video will send you to the developer's website, one of the most popular ones for Android, and we'll get you started with downloading the SDK, which stands for Software Development Kit for Android. And actually, we're going to do what's called the ADT bundle, which is Android Development Toolkit. It will include the SDK for Android as well as the actual IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment, for programming. So this particular IDE is called Eclipse. It's one of the most popular ones. By far and away, it's one of my favorites. And the nice thing about it is it's all free. So I Google Android development, or I search for it, and looking under Developers Tool. Now, I do want you to keep in mind, obviously websites change, so in a month this might look different, but I'm sure the basic navigation will be about the same. So I'm looking for the Android SDK, and the way I'm going to do it, although you don't have to do it this way, there's other ways, but I find this easiest, especially for beginning programmers, to install, is to find the Eclipse ADT. That's the Android Development Toolkit for Eclipse. It includes the SDK for Android, and this is for Windows. Obviously, if you run a Mac, you can do the same thing. You just have to choose the Mac options. Now, in terms and conditions, I've already read them. You should at least take a couple seconds to browse through those and make sure that you agree with them. Once you do that, you have to agree that you've read them, and you have to decide whether you have a 32 or a 64-bit. Now, if you have Windows, you can click on your Start button on the bottom right corner. You can go to your control panel. Most of us have 64-bit, but you click on System and it will tell you. Now, mine has a 64-bit operating system, so I'm going to go ahead and install appropriately the 64-bit operating system. Now, I'm going to pause this video as it goes through some steps so that you don't have to sit here and watch me download. But you go ahead, you click download, and you simply wait for it to complete its process. Okay, now that it's completely downloaded, you can do this a couple ways. I'm going to go to the Open Containing folder, so I right-clicked on that, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my desktop here, and I'm going to take this file and I'm going to drop it off there. And me personally, I like keeping everything on my C drive. I think it just keeps things out of view, and it just makes it easier to look at. So I would drag and drop this file over into my C drive, and when I did, you'll see that there's a compressed file here. It's a zipped folder. Right click on that and then choose to extract all. Now, I'm going to skip that for sake of making this video as brief as possible. Once it does extract, it would extract into a folder that looks like this. You'll notice the difference is that it doesn't have that zipper sort of icon on there. Now, when you see this folder, if you double click it, you'll see Eclipse SDK and the SDK Manager. Again, you'll find Eclipse right here. Now, what I'd like to do is I usually like to either pin this to my Start menu or send it to my desktop as a shortcut. That way you can just easily find it as opposed to going through your C drive. So whatever you like the most, go ahead and do that, or even put it down at your taskbar on the home screen there. So go ahead and set that up, and next video we will start it up and we will run our very first program.